right. So, I've had quite a while to sit with Daredevil Born Again. Time to gather my thoughts. So, I had my review of season 1 of Daredevil Born Again. Let's go. Okay, so Daredevil Born Again sees Matt Murdock trying to put his past as the vigilante Daredevil behind him. It also sees mob boss Wilson Fisk elected mayor of New York City. And yeah, so naturally, things happen that put them back into their former roles and ultimately on a collision course with each other. At least according to the internet, that's what this show is about. Okay, finally, something I feel like I can answer. Because I feel like every time I talk about whether or not something is necessary viewing, whether that's a Marvel Disney Plus series, a Marvel, movie, whatever, it's like, is it necessary viewing? I don't know, because I've seen it, so it's kind of hard to, remove what I know to fully be able to answer this. But with this show, Daredevil Born Again, yeah, I can confidently answer that, because I've only seen maybe, 3 episodes, randomly, of the Netflix series. So, yeah. I will say that, with anything that has previous source material, it's always sort of beneficial to watch the previous source material, but with this show, I think it does a good enough job of allowing you to just sort of dive into it without having any sort of previous knowledge of Daredevil and these characters and all of that. So I think you could go into Daredevil Born Again having not seen the Daredevil Netflix series, but there will be certain things that will resonate more if you have seen the Daredevil Netflix series. If that makes any sense. Okay, so honestly, I may be the only person on the planet who thinks this. I honestly don't care for this show. I know, I may be the only person on the planet who doesn't really like this show. I personally kind of found a lot of the episodes boring. And, there's a lot of violent type things. And I know that's Daredevil's whole shtick. And, it's a superhero show and everything like that. I wasn't blind to that going in. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be in terms of the violence. But there is still a lot of, violent things. And that's just not my cup of tea. But I acknowledge that is me. And it's weird that I do, Marvel content. But, I could take some violence, but not a whole lot. I talked about this in my Deadpool and Wolverine review, and I talked about it in the Daredevil Born Again trailer reaction. That it's not my thing. But, yeah, it's not even, the violence per se. It was just, it felt very boring. It felt very slow at times, and I'm just okay. There were some things that I did enjoy about the show, but, overall, looking back at it, I'm what even happened in this show? I found myself tuning out a lot. It just was not for me. Now, I will say that if you were a fan of the Netflix Daredevil series, and sort of all the other shows that are in that universe, I think you will probably enjoy Daredevil Born Again. I feel like it's a similar type way of storytelling. And so if you were a fan of the Daredevil series on Netflix, I definitely recommend checking out Daredevil Born Again because I feel like you will enjoy it. If you didn't care for it, and then you probably won't care for this either. Yeah. So now I'm going to be diving into what I liked and what I didn't like. So, yeah, there will be spoilers for all of that. So if you have not seen Daredevil Born Again, go watch it or risk getting spoiled. You have been warned. I actually really loved the appearance of other characters. Like, I particularly enjoyed the St. Patrick's Day episode because, well, let's be real, that's about the only episode that kept my attention the whole time. But it had Yusuf Khan from Miss Marvel, and I love him. So that was a lot of fun for me. But like the whole episode itself was just like a vibe, and I enjoyed it. But we also got Jack from Hawkeye, White Tiger, Punisher. They show up as well. I'm not too familiar with them because I haven't watched their Netflix series. But it's nice to see other characters that, maybe necessarily wouldn't be in this universe. And I know Punisher and White Tiger are in the universe, but it's nice to see, other characters and sort of like the way that they can connect with each other. I enjoy that. So another thing that I really, really liked about the show was the opening title sequence. Like, I don't know, it looked really cool. Like, normally I skip the intros because I'm like, okay, like I'll watch like the intro for like the first episode and then it's like, all right, I saw it, I'm good, I skip it. But I found myself not skipping it, which is weird because realistically, like, visually I enjoyed it, like, but like there wasn't really anything particularly great about the title sequence, but for some reason it spoke to me in a weird way. So that's weird. But I think like my favorite thing about the opening title sequence was in that first episode, where Matt drops the Daredevil mask and it's like falling from the roof and then it like goes into the title sequence with the mask falling. I was like, this is so cool. I love this. And I don't know, maybe that's what like did it for me, but like it wasn't the case in every episode, so I can't explain it. But I really enjoyed the opening title sequence. And I think maybe I'm just grasping at straws to try to find something that I liked about this show. Because other than the St. Patrick's Day episode, there wasn't much. Alright. I talked about this before, but I'm going to talk about it again. The violence. I know. It's a superhero show, vigilante show, violence with the territory, all that gory graphic violence, not my thing. So, yeah. Another thing that I didn't particularly like was Foggy's death. Now, I liked what I saw of Foggy, which granted wasn't very much because, yeah. I also know why his death was necessary. Like, his death was necessary to put Matt Murdock back on this path to, Daredevil. I don't know whether this was something that was set up in the original Netflix series. I don't. Maybe not. Who knows? Because I didn't get that far. But I have to imagine that Foggy's death for longtime fans, for the fans of the Netflix series, all that, I have to imagine that Foggy's death felt a lot like how I felt when Secret Invasion killed off Maria Hill. Just sort of like a, why? This sucks. Was that necessary? Yeah. I mean, I wanted to see more Foggy. We didn't get more Foggy because he was dead. And I didn't like that. But I understand why it was necessary, and I guess I can accept it, but no. Alright, so I know I didn't have much to talk about in either the like or dislike categories, but that's just because I didn't care. And like I said in my non-spoiler thoughts, I found myself tuning out, and I can't even really tell you much of anything that happened in this show. Like, because it wasn't for me. Yeah. So it's like, in terms of trying to find things that I liked and didn't like, I'm like, well, I didn't really pay attention. So I don't know what I liked and what I didn't like because I didn't pay attention. Yeah, so I guess my apologies for this ridiculously short and honestly kind of pointless review. I hope that not like filming this review on the Wednesday of the finale, when the finale aired, that I would, be able to think of something, anything to put in any of the categories, like, dislike, anything. Guys, it's been weeks and I still have nothing. I really don't care. And yes, I am aware that I am in the minority, and that's fine, right? There are a lot of people that are loving this show. My brother is one of them. He spent days, it felt like, trying to convince me that this show was good. It didn't quite work. So if you are among those people that really love Daredevil Born Again, I am happy for you. I am happy that you had this show. I'm happy that, Daredevil as a character came back for you guys. I'm happy that you're getting another season of this show. I'm happy. I'm happy for you. I'm not happy for me. Yeah. I don't know. But let me know, what did you guys think of Daredevil Born Again? Do you feel the same way that I did, or are you screaming at me that I have no taste and Daredevil Born Again was the greatest thing ever? Are you somewhere in between? I'm really curious to hear what everyone's thoughts are, and honestly, if you loved it, tell me why you loved it, because I really want people to try to convince me that this is a good show. Because I feel like I could get there, I feel like I could get to the point where, this is a pretty good show. Or at the very least that it's a somewhat interesting show. Because I feel like I'm missing something. Because everybody out there is talking about how much they love the show, and I'm like, I'm not seeing it. I want somebody to get me to see it. Also, let me know if you watched the Netflix Daredevil series. How do you feel that Daredevil Born Again holds up in comparison? Is it, a good continuation of the original, or is it like, did it fall short but still enjoyable? Did it fall short and was bad? Look, I know we're getting a season 2. And honestly, I haven't decided what I'm going to do with that. I don't know if I'm going to watch it and review it, or just watch it and not review it, or not watch and not review it. I'm presuming I have plenty of time to decide that. I have no idea when it's coming out, but I'm assuming not any time within the next few months, at least. So I guess if I figure out what I'm doing with that, I don't know. I might watch it and see if my thoughts change, and if they don't, then I probably won't end up reviewing it, because it'll probably be a lot of the same as this, I don't know. At this point, I'm just rambling, but let me know, what did you all think of Daredevil Born Again, because I am really curious to hear what everyone's thoughts are in the comments down below.